the beating heart is here in the halls with the motor show, but we are present also at the Lusail track, we are present in the desert, at the Lusail Boulevard. We wanted to create an experience with static, but also with that dynamic presentations.
Hello and welcome to Qatar 365 with me, Laila Humaira. On this episode, we've got a need for speed and come face to face with some Hot Wheels leading the way to a greener future. The Geneva International Motor Show has been showcasing the latest trends in the auto industry since 1905. This year, for the first time in its history, it was held outside Switzerland, right here in Qatar. We sent Adel Halim to find out what GIMS Qatar was all about.
You're looking at the brand new McLaren 750S, set to be released across the region in December. Just one of many big reveals at the inaugural Qatar edition of the prestigious Geneva International Motor Show.
It's bringing a serious range of audience from the very high net worth individuals down to your average fan in front of the products which we feel so passionate about.
But the 750S was just one of many new product launches at the Qatar show.
10 global premieres, 20 regional reveals, 30 renowned automakers, all under one roof. Whether you're a car buyer, collector, or enthusiast, GIMS is widely considered the most important auto show in Europe. Now making its first foray into the Middle East, organizers hope GIMS Qatar will soon become the most important motor show in the region.
This is amazing. 10 brand new cars, never seen anywhere in the world. And it's not happening in Detroit, it's not happening in Frankfurt, it's not happening in Paris or Tokyo.
GIMS draws tens of thousands of visitors every year. The first motor show was held in Geneva in 1905, and by the 1950s, the show attracted some of the biggest brands from the UK and US. Landing in Qatar this year, the exhibition has come a long way.
What's been the biggest challenge?
So for us, the first challenge was to organize a show that is decentralized. So this is what we call the festival, because the beating heart is here in the halls with the motor show, but we are present also at the Lusail track, we are present in the desert, at the Lusail Boulevard. So we wanted to create an experience with static, but also with that dynamic presentations.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 3 new generations of Volkswagen SUVs coming to the Middle East.
The Middle East for us matches perfectly because in the Middle East the Arabian culture is all about family and relationship. We are a love brand, a family brand, and that's what fits perfectly to the Arabian culture.
Now from one iconic German brand to another.
For Mercedes-Benz, it's about bringing both luxury and sustainability because that's what we believe the future of luxury is.
Mercedes made multiple regional reveals in Qatar, from traditional combustion engines to electric vehicles.
We focus on building desirable cars. We focus on the top-end growth in the luxury markets, and this is the region for luxury.
And this isn't the end of the road for GIMS Qatar. The show will return to Doha every 2 years, coinciding with the Formula One Qatar Grand Prix.
For us, it was great to have a global partner, a global brand and their expertise. And so partnering with Geneva was, I think, a very, very smart choice. It's similar in terms of the look, the feel, the professionalism, and that's what makes it so special.
Well, those fancy cars can reach impressively top speeds, but can they go as fast as the cars racing on this track? This is the Lusail International Circuit, home of all things motorsports in Qatar. Fresh from hosting another thrilling edition of the Formula One Qatar Grand Prix, the circuit is gearing up to host the motorcycling equivalent, the MotoGP race. I caught up with Amro Al-Hamad, the CEO of Lusail International Circuit, to get his insights on what it takes to keep up with the leading racing tracks of the world. Now, Amro, the circuit has just hosted the successful comeback of the Formula One Grand Prix here in Qatar. How did you feel about the whole event?
It was really exciting, welcoming everybody in our new facility. I wouldn't say it is renovated. I would say it's a brand new facility, and we've broken a couple of records here. Number one was actually building the facility or getting the facility ready to host the F1 race in a record time. We've had a huge attendance, 126,000 people over 3 days, compared to 15,000 people a day in 2021. So if that is telling us anything, it's just telling us how motorsports now is becoming like really a popular sport or an event to actually watch in the state of Qatar.
Now, that is just the start of the beginning of back-to-back-to-back events for the Lusail International Circuit. Can you share some of those exciting plans?
This is absolutely correct. We've just finished now with the 2023 Formula One race. And next we have the MotoGP happening on the 17th to 19th of November 2023, followed by the Middle East and North Africa Karting Championship that's happening in December. And then we move to 2024. We have the prologue for the World Endurance Championship, then the first round of the championship, and followed back again with the MotoGP happening in March.
Now, this year in particular, the Geneva International Motor Show was held at the same time as the F1. How has that boosted motorsports and overall the automotive industry in Qatar?
The presence of the Geneva International Motor Show in Qatar, along side by side with the Formula One race happening here, made it all a motorsports festival more than just two separate events, and they completed actually each other. We saw a lot of attention and a lot of eagerness from the people to actually get into motorsports. We're going to have this festival happening for the next 10 years.
It's undeniable that Qatar is a motorsport country. From the Formula One to the MotoGP to the Qatar International Rally and off-road and karting championships. What's driving this interest and the need for speed?
Our whole idea that we have in mind now is to actually promote for motorsports. We need to see younger youth now aspiring to be part of our motorsports journey, and bringing all these international events into Qatar helps into benefiting from or reaching that goal.
And finally, we know that you're a thrill seeker and a motorhead yourself. What's your favorite way to blow off some steam, whether it's on 2 wheels or 4?
Yes, I was involved in motorsports, and that was my aspiration to end up in doing a job like I'm doing now. I always tell the people I'm not doing a job, I just do what I love every single day. Going back to what I enjoy doing now, I'm not out of motorsports. I use every single chance to get myself into a car around the track, and majority of the time now I'm doing motocross and enduro riding.
Now we ditch the diesel and shift gears to look at what's driving the industry towards a greener future. Electric vehicles are becoming a prominent feature at auto shows all over the world. In fact, EV sales are set to grow by 16% by 2035. I found out why more people and companies are charging up to go full speed ahead with electric cars. "34 days, 12 countries, 8,000 kilometers, and 2 fully electric Volkswagen ID. Buzz vans." Led by Frank Rinderknecht, 2 crews made the journey from Geneva to Doha to push the limits of electro-mobility.
There were many challenges, many problems to overcome. It was a trip full of emotions, full of excitement, full of great people to have met, see landscapes which are extraordinary. So it was intensive and in a way probably a once in a lifetime.
The historic event saw Frank and his team being the first to cross Saudi Arabia from west to east in electric cars. The trip wasn't just a display of pioneering spirit, it also was a resounding success for innovation and electric vehicles.
We need to get away from fossil energies to renewable energies. And already this step in the thinking is a big step towards that goal, not just to consume and then evaporate it into the air, but to make it a circular industry.
The Volkswagen ID. Buzz may look a little bulky for a long cross-country journey, but it was the obvious choice for the Tour d'Excellence.
The ID. Buzz is like an iconic car. It goes back to the 70s, a traveling serving car, and we needed space. We needed space for spare tires, for car checks, and all different kind of things.
From vans to cars to even buses like these, electric vehicles are a big feature here at the Geneva International Motor Show. Qatar's Mowasalat unveiled this minibus that's not only fully electric, but also driverless. The buses mark another step in the partnership between Mawasalat and Chinese firm Yutong to boost the use of EV buses for the public. Meanwhile, new and up-and-coming EV brands like Lucid, VinFast and Exceed also unveiled new models, heating up the competition in an increasingly crowded race. Another brand looking to expand its reach in the Middle East is Lynk & Co.
Our flagship model is Lynk & Co. 09. This car is a 7-seater SUV, so in this GCC region, I think this car is going to be a huge success.
To help them capture the Qatari market, Lynk & Co. is teaming up with Qatar's MBK Group and Autoclass Cars. The renowned dealerships have decades of experience distributing prestigious brands like Mercedes and Harley-Davidson.
Lynk & Co. is just more than a car. And for us to have a Lynk & Co. was not just having another brand to our portfolio, despite having lots of competitor in the market. So we wanted to have something different. That's about the connectivity, Eastern-Western connectivity.
As more companies accelerate their plans to go big and go green, Frank and his team are all charged up for their next adventure.
In our bucket list, we have Patagonia, south of South America. Whether we can do this trip electrically or in a regular car, we don't know yet. But again, what's important about is to dream, and dreaming is great.
From the newly upgraded tracks of the Lusail International Circuit to the show-stopping displays at the Geneva International Motor Show, we hope you've enjoyed the ride, but that's all the time we have for now. For more, check out Euronews.com and connect with us through our hashtag. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Qatar 365.